Hello, I'm Councilmember Steve Swartz, and I'm here to welcome you to Around Town. I am pleased to cover the program of the Friends of San Clemente Foundation. This nonprofit was formed back in 2000, 17 years ago. And it provides funds necessary to maintain our high standard of all our recreational facilities and programs that are offered to our residents within San Clemente. Welcome today to talk to us about the Friends of Foundation of San Clemente.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it. I'm the current president of the Friends of San Clemente Foundation. As you pointed out earlier, we have been in existence for about 17 years now and work closely with the city and the Parks Commission specifically. Today we're standing before the San Clemente Sports Wall of Fame. It was started back in 2013 by Jim Everett, and our group took it over to run. I'm also the chairman of the committee here, and each year we pick out 2 or 3 fabulous athletes in our community that have shown excellence in athletics, but also character as well. And it's quite a thrill because on May 20th, which is this coming Saturday, we will have about 200 people here and induct, as you can see on the wall behind us, Johnny Campbell, Gabe Gardner, and Bill Stewart at that time. And it should be a great occasion.
Can you know, it's been a while since I've talked to anybody on the foundation. So, I know you've been doing some great things. And so I was just wondering, you've also, if I recall, you raised some money and donated for the trolley. You've done a lot of other things throughout the town. Anything happening now?
Yes, each year we put back into the community approximately $50,000 that we raise during the course of the year. Our fundraising events are basically the golf tournament that we have on June 23rd of this year, the carnival, which is in October, and then we have other fundraising sponsors in our town that provide additional funding. And with those monies, we then give back to the community. And the programs that we support are the beach concerts that we enjoy during the summer, movies in the park, and also the other concerts. We put on the egg hunt in the springtime. And we also do the Cinco de Mayo children's activities, the Red Ribbon Parade. We are the ones that provide the snow hill at Santa's Village by the Sea. You mentioned the trolley. We put $10,000 down for that to help the city gain access to and qualify for a grant so that we could have that trolley, and other things as well. Also swimming. We're standing here at the Aquatic Center, and we provide swimming scholarships for families that can't afford to pay the fee to have their child learn how to swim. And uniquely this year, we got started on this with the city, trying to get people to qualify for junior lifeguard. And this year, we're seeing that process come to fruition, where I think we have 3 people who qualified that would never have qualified in the past to become junior lifeguard participants. Steve, one of the reasons we're successful is we have so many good volunteers, and if anyone out there in San Clemente would like to contact us, please go to our website at Friends of San Clemente Foundation. Just Google it, pull it up. All the information that is in there about what we do in our community, as well as how to get an application for a potential inductee for our wall. If you want to be involved with us as a volunteer, you can contact our group through a phone number that's in our website. And we look forward to continuing our relationship with the city that has been very, very strong and is really a partnership that is quite unique amongst other cities in the state of California. So thank you for originating this with Bill Thomas. I came along about 10 years ago, and I'm having a blast.
Glad to hear it. And yes, anybody new to town, that's what I did 24 years ago, was get involved with the town to meet people, see what's going on. That's what I joined and got on to the Parks and Rec Commission and helped put together the foundation. Being involved with your town is a great way to learn more about it and get more out of it. It's great to have Bill Thomas here. He was the one that spearheaded the foundation way back when I was with him back on the Parks and Rec Commission. Hi, Bill. Yeah, so glad you could be here with us. Can you share with us, just how you got this foundation started?
Sure. Well, as you were, I was on the Parks and Rec Commission, and I was relatively new to San Clemente. My wife and I knew no one, and so I took the leadership class, and that helped a great deal. And I'd already been chosen for the Parks and Rec Commission. And the first thing I did was visit all 22 parks. And we were also planning a skateboard park. And so I brought in my consultant, who was then 8 years old, from Atlanta. And he flew in and we visited 10 skateboard facilities. So I learned a lot. I wrote about them. And then as we would recommend new ideas to the city council, for example, the placement of the skateboard park, we had selected somewhere in central San Clemente, where a lot of kids didn't have transportation, would go to skateboard. The city council put it where it is now, way out in the boondocks with no bus service. And the next big activity was a swimming pool. Besides Ole Hansen, we needed desperately, with the population growing, particularly for the children, a swimming pool. So I got together some people who were very interested in that, plus Jim Johnson, whose park was just dedicated, and you were there the other day. And I knew Jim very well because he'd actually developed the housing complex in Westlake Village and done a marvelous job. And so we became instant friends here. And so I was trying to figure out how to get the people who are interested in a swimming pool together. And so I went around town and I talked to doers, like somebody who worked very hard with the senior citizens, and then somebody else was with the church, and people who were swimming coaches and that sort of thing. And so we brought them together at Rick Anderson's place. It is, at that time, cafeteria. And we had a meeting about putting together a swimming pool. And so they decided they'd like to form a foundation. And Jim Johnson sat on the side and he said, well, who do I make my check out to? And so we immediately elected, I think it was Bill Hart, our treasurer, and other people who were just volunteers in the city. And as you know, the swimming pool became the large sports park. And again, we began recruiting really doers in the community, and we were very involved with the development of that. We began forming subcommittees. And so the first subcommittee then was the foundation and the Friends Foundation, and we worked very closely with the city on different events that we could promote ourselves, and including the scholarship for needy families. The scholarship contributions started about 17 years ago to benefit families who couldn't ordinarily afford the recreation programs and the different classes. And then particularly for low-income families, the opportunity to participate in any class or activity that the recreation division promoted. And we didn't want to identify them. So this was just kind of quietly giving the deserving recipients scholarship money for programs like Swim and Learn, after-school endeavors, and then any recreational program which was in the very well published city magazine quarterly. And then other activities we got involved in besides the dog lovers, and I can tell you now that that group ended up with 2 dog parks, and very successful ones, and then we opened up 2 parks for people to walk their dogs as long as they picked up their misses.
And had them on leash.
And had them on leash. Good you remember that one. And now we have all of our parks available for dogs on leash, and the other parks continue to be very successful. And then an occasion arose with and I don't know if you were on the commission at this time, Steve, but a little girl who was 4 years old came in her wheelchair.
Actually, yes, that was Courtney, and Courtney actually was in elementary school with my son.
Oh, really?
So I knew her very well, and when the Junior Women's Club approached us for the concept of Courtney Sandcastle, I remember you and I both thought it was a fantastic concept and idea.
And Mina Santora of the Junior Women's Club at that time, who's still on our board, was very responsible, and it became a wonderful foundation, and we call it the Courtney Sandcastle Charitable Foundation, and that's been ultimately successful. We'll be doing a number of programs this year for special need kids, and we also offer scholarships to them. I was also as a representative of the commission on the beach trail, and that was another very successful operation because the city actually wanted a sidewalk about 6 foot wide just going along the railroad tracks, and we really voted for a meandering kind of place with flowers and trees and good ocean views, and that's been, next to the pier, our second most popular attraction in San Clemente. So we put a lot of time and money in that. We raise money through various events such as an annual skateboard tournament, the skateboard tournament we've done for 17 years. And there is a modest fee for kids to enter, both boys and girls. And now, the last one we did, it was interesting to have so many fathers who actually had been skateboarders when they were children growing up in San Clemente, having their sons and daughters following in their footsteps. Then we do annual golf tournaments, which are very popular. Our 7th is coming up in June, and so we're looking for about 100, 120 participants, and that's very popular. Our next one is some years ago when I came down here. I don't know if you remember them. One of the service clubs actually had a carnival right by the. And you remember what was the name of
So
that?
I thought isn't the Lions that had that?
I think you're probably right. Yeah, and so they gave it up at some point just because of a lack of volunteers, and the foundation had been looking at bringing a circus to San Clemente, and I was responsible for investigating that. And then I learned how much room the elephants took, and lions, and monkeys, and how much land it took to put together a circus. That somebody said, why don't we settle on a carnival? And I remembered the ones that the service club put on. So I explored about 30 cities that had carnivals, and we ended up with one that was very, very popular called Christensen Brothers. And they put on the first carnival, and it was extraordinarily successful, and they gave us 25% of their income. And subsequently, we've had carnivals with Christensen again, and now we have food trucks representing different foods, Chinese, Mexican, etc. And that's been a great fundraiser and a 4-day ball for people from all over the San Clemente and county.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, I know. I think the carnival that you help bring here is something that I believe all our residents and all our citizens really look forward to. It kind of rounds out the summer season, and if you haven't been there, it's at our sports park, which we talked about earlier. So you can come out, see it, enjoy it. It's a great time for every age group in the family, and I guarantee you'll have a great time. Just leave your diet at home. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Who are the friends in San Clemente? And I'm looking at the budget for 2017 for the different involvements we had. We participated in this Springtacular, which was enormously successful. It was an Easter program. Cinco de Mayo we also participated in. We've been very involved with the beach concerts and the park concerts, providing music to different neighborhoods, which, like my neighborhood, the neighbors don't know one another, but when they have a concert or a film at the park, they suddenly get together and decide what streets they live on and become friends for life. The Red Ribbon Parade, we provide the snow for the Snow Hill at Christmas time. The scholarship programs have been Swim and Learn. We've also really contributed to the very successful Fun on the Run, which takes the park to different parts of the city and birthday parties and things of that nature. So frankly, I think that the volunteers we've had on our board of directors have been sensational. Peggy Vance was president for a time, and because of her experience with the Ocean Festival, she knows all the sponsors and is very well organized. And John Dory has just been doing a terrific job. So we are actually looking for more volunteers, and anyone who's like to be a director of the Friends Foundation, we welcome them. And then our friends, obviously, as I started to say, include the skateboarders, the surfers, the golfers, the attendees to our different events and so forth. And you, Steve Schwartz.
Well, thank you, Bill Thomas. It's been 17 great years of involvement. The foundation has accomplished many, many things thanks to Bill's spearheading it and kicking it off for us, and it continues to this day. And it's continuing to do more. If you have an opportunity, look into the foundation. Look into joining a group of people that make a difference for all of us here in the town of San Clemente, and making it a better quality of life for our kids, our adults, and our senior citizens to get around town, to enjoy themselves, and to enjoy this marvelous town we call San Clemente. And now with me is Friends board member Tamara Tadich. Now she's a dedicated volunteer, brings us many talents to helping run and manage this wonderful computer lab that we call Cyber Cafe. And so we're here today to hopefully, Tamara, can you tell us a little bit about some of the great things that have gone on here in this room?
Well, actually, I'm more on the marketing side. So I do a lot as far as the website, emails and things of that nature. And with that comes what we do for the Cyber Cafe. I would say that Dan Feinberg is actually the one who is our main person here. Without him, this cafe would not even exist, which currently now services primarily seniors in and around the community. It now outreaches into many other communities, including Laguna Niguel and everywhere else. So it's grown exponentially just basically through letting people know what's going on and classes that they've taken. The classes being offered here are primarily, as I said, senior driven. So it can cover things like how to work an iPhone, Windows 10, that's new, so a lot of people had to kind of readjust and jump on a learning curve. And I took that class. It's a pretty good class and very well received, and I think a great service to the community.
That's great. So how long has this been around, and about how many people have you actually had through this class?
Well, again, that too has grown. The classes have grown as well. We've been around for going on, I believe, 17 years. And we're kind of tracking, we think we're over 12,000 people that we've served since we've begun our first class.
Wow, that's amazing. And how often do you meet here in classes?
You know, it's a volunteer-based program. So our volunteers, they teach at other places. They're in the industries that they're teaching for, which is really good. So it's really based on the schedules. We try and at least have 1 or 2 classes a month. Sometimes we have more. And it's pretty much all driven by attendance, you know, so come on out and sign up for a class.
Well, that sounds like a great segue. So please, as we've been learning of all the things that the foundation has done for our town, this is one fantastic thing that they've accomplished among all the others. So get involved, take advantage, see all the things that are here in our city and what are helped by this our great foundation, Friends of San Clemente Foundation.
Exactly. We would not exist without the Friends of San Clemente's fundraising, which is really what keeps us here. So come out and play.
Well, folks, as you can see, the Friends Foundation are truly friends of the city of San Clemente. I'm personally grateful for all the support and dedication that all the volunteers provide to help make our community great. They are always looking for volunteers and people to get involved and help out and enjoy what they do. So please, if you have the opportunity, the time, or inclination, look up their website at friendsofsanclemente.org or give them a call. And the phone number is 949-276-8866. That's 949-276-8866. Thanks for tuning in as always, and I'll see you around town.